Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing and more. And more. I have a thumbnail, on my videos that I usually push, and on the flash lives that I push, the thumbnails. It says there, Renee Box Young, Box Talk, and more. I talk about more things. Why do I talk about more things? Because they are things that I learn from, you know what I'm saying? Many things that happen, events that happen around the world. I don't cover all the news. I don't really do that. But when it comes to certain things that really impact me, I covered recently, a couple months ago, about an issue where a cop shot a man to death, and this is a similar issue. Another man shot to death. This is in Los Angeles, California, and I want to share it with you. And there are a couple things I take from this. It's impacting. There's video on it. There's footage, cop cameras or what have you, body cameras, I think they call them, that it's really broken down in a fashion where you can see what's going on. Okay, so I want to share this with you. Let's get right to it, man. It says right here, breaking911.com. You can check the link in the description. First and foremost, man, may this man rest in peace. It's a sad situation. So let's get to the article, man. We'll just get right to it so you can see what exactly went down concerning this case. We go right here, California, right? It says Los Angeles Police Department's Force Investigation Division is investigating an off-duty officer-involved shooting that occurred in Rampart Division. So it says here, on March 19, 2021, around 3:40 p.m., a Rampart area sergeant was flagged down by a community member due to a suspect being armed with a hammer and what was believed to be a hatchet. So, there's in that image you can see there that's it's a hammer. Sorry, you can see that's like a hammer this guy's wielding or what have you, right? And let me just read it more and here's the video. You can play it on the link. You know what I'm saying? You hit the link and check that page out. It says here, additional officers met with the sergeant, formulated a plan, and attempted to detain the suspect. Officers used less lethal devices, but they were not effective. So the thing here is that you can check it out in the video. It's like 14 minutes long. You can see it here. You know what I'm saying? It's like 14 minutes or what have you long. So it's quite a while. You can see, the way the article says it there. You can see they're like, chasing this guy down. The supervisor, the team leader, or what have you, was saying, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to put somebody else. Let's go. Come on. It was like I understand, man. Emotions, adrenaline's rushing. I'm sure that, I don't know too much about these things, but I'm sure that, police officers and law enforcement, military, men and women have some type of training, a psychological training where they're not to be caught up in the emotions, not letting emotions take over them, while they're in the heat of a situation. It seems like the officer wasn't really getting it, the communications officer, even the man or the police officer that was assigned to shoot the non-lethal rounds, okay? The non-lethal rounds, because the supervisor was constantly saying, where's my 40, where's my 40? I think it was talking about like non-lethal rounds, like a beanbag gun or what have you, and then a taser gun. They were trying to shoot, and as the article was explaining there, you can see it in the video, you know what I'm saying, that they were trying to shoot this man, but their aim was way off, okay? They shot, and the aim was off. They weren't landing. And the video, it had some subtitles saying non-lethal, non-lethal, non-lethal. So I'm assuming they had some kind of beanbag rounds first shooting at the man. I really don't know. You can check the video and check it out. And the thing here is this man, he was screaming in Spanish. It seemed like he wanted to die, okay? It seemed like he wanted the cops to shoot at him. He wanted to commit suicide in that manner. There are cases where you see that. Some time ago, there was a case where a man was in a car. I don't know where it was or when. I didn't make a video about it, but there are so many cases out there. It's sad. And I want to get to the point in a moment of what I learned from these cases, with my life. It's just, there was a case some time ago where a man was in his car, and he, if I'm not mistaken, he left a suicide note at his house or something like that, and he was in his car, police were called, what have you, went around the car, and he pulled out a gun, if I'm not mistaken, and he wanted to get killed. I think he got killed, shot to death by police. I know it's a controversial thing when it comes to, law enforcement, unnecessary enforcement, what have you, and there are so many cases, and it's freaking horrible, horrible representation of law enforcement. But what I'm getting at here is with this man, you know, he was like screaming, you know, shoot. So the suspect was screaming, shoot. So it seemed like he wanted to commit, you know what I mean? It seemed like he wanted to commit suicide. That's what I took from that as far as the intentions of the man, because you just don't do that. You don't, you know, when it comes to law enforcement in the United States, I'm living in Mexico, but, you know, growing up over there, I got an idea of how cops are and how they react. You have to be obedient to a certain extent, obviously. And this man was just walking for blocks and blocks and blocks, you know, wielding the hammer. I know a hammer is not it can be dangerous. Obviously, if you wing it, I mean, you can take an eye out or something, you know, you can really cause damage with a hammer. But there was like a lot of cops around following this guy, and he was screaming, you know, shoot, to a certain, after blocks, he screamed shoot. And he was like, you know, I'm fluent in Spanish 100%, and or whatever percentage people put it, but I'm quite fluent. And he was screaming, Father, you know, help me, Father, Son, you know, he was like praying. So I mean, I don't know if this guy was under the influence of something. Maybe he was going through something in his personal life where he just had it, you know, enough is enough. This is the last straw. Pressure busts pipes, as you know, the phrase goes. And I think that this man was kind of going through something in his life where he just couldn't take anymore and he wanted to commit suicide, man. I kind of think that's what went on. But who knows, right, as they investigate in the case. This happened back in March. But I want to cover this because I saw this on my feed and I saw it and I was looking at it and, you know, footage is coming out. And you just don't, I mean, you can expect the worst when you are, you know, being pursued by police, especially by a team of police, and you're just having them pursue you. You're not stopping. I mean, especially with the weapon, something's going to happen. And that's why it leads me to conclude that it looked like this guy wanted it to happen. I mean, because he was screaming shoot in Spanish. Dispara, dispara. You know, that means shoot. So it seems like he wanted to commit suicide. And at the same time, or he wanted them to kill him, I mean, and at the same time, he was praying. It's a sad situation. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, rest in peace to this man. I mean, I don't know what, you know, I mean, I made a video recently also about another case where a man shot a guy to death, and he was wielding a big 4x4 stick or something. No, it was like a tree trunk or something like that, and I don't know if he was under the influence of stuff, but he was charging against this police officer. Now that I reflect upon it, maybe it wasn't necessary to shoot him. 12 shots, I think he gave 12 rounds, emptied the clip. This police officer in Maryland, in the state of Maryland. It's in my you know, it's in my channel. You can check that video out. And he shot him to death. Maybe he could use a taser or something, but I don't know, man. Complicated situations. You know, I'm neutral in these things, as I am neutral in the sport of boxing, you know, and when it comes to combat sports and things of that nature on my channel. But, you know, there are so many complexities concerning case. We don't know the background of certain people and suspects. But with this man, it's a sad situation. You know, he was screaming like, fathers, you know, help me, and praying. And at the same time, he said, shoot. You know, so they were chasing him down. And, you know, these, like I said, these cops, man, it seems like these cops who were, the cop that was supposed to be the communications cop or whatever, you know, obviously it looks like the team was structured, you know, when it comes to cases like this. Kind of reminds me of SWAT teams and things of that nature. There's organized, you know, there has to be a structure concerning certain situations and how they approach things and how they do things, you know. So the supervisor guy or the leader of the team was saying, hey, where's my communications guy? Let's go. And he wasn't really performing as he should have, maybe because of the adrenaline, maybe because of the emotions, maybe he wasn't really experiencing in these kinds of situations. You know, it seemed like that. And also with the shooters, you know, he was saying, hey, shoot, come on, let's go. And he was taking time, you know, it seems like he was kind of hesitant. The aim wasn't really well with the shots. It seemed like it. And it got to the point where they went around some white van, you know, and the suspect stopped, and it looked like he just threw the hammer. And the cops didn't shoot, you see. And when he pulled out a hatchet, that's where it says in the article, where he pulled out a hatchet after he threw the hammer. He just threw it, you know. The cops were on guard, and you know, he pulled out a big hatchet, man. Excuse me. And that's where a cop shot around, and that was like a kill shot right there. That was a kill shot. So that's where a lot of controversy could come in and say, hey, why did they kill him? Why didn't they use you know, a less deadly gun weapon like a bean bag or whatever those guns are, man, a bean round bag, and or why didn't they use you know, a taser? I don't get into those complexities. I just want to cover this and take this from this, okay? This is what I take from this story. So when this man threw the hatchet, you could read the article there and it explains it. Let's just get back real quick. Okay, so we got here the article and continue where I left off, and then I'll give my input on it, you know what I'm saying, my personal. So it says here that the suspect threw a hammer and then a metal object resembling a pickaxe at the officer. So that's exactly what it looked like, and resulting in an officer-involved shooting. The suspect was struck by gunfire. He was transported to a local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. During the investigation, a hammer, a rear-mounted bicycle kick stand were recovered at the scene. Okay, so a rear-mounted bicycle kick, I guess that's what it was. It looked like a whatever, okay, it looked like an axe, okay, I don't know, but, so, now, the thing here, though, is that, you know, I wanted to mention this. So, yeah, so I wanted to mention this, that when he got shot after throwing the axe, okay, I repeat, he threw the hammer first, he didn't get shot at, and then he pulled out that big, looked like an axe, look, I guess it's a bicycle stand, whatever they say, so, and he threw that, that's when they shot, okay, and that was a deadly shot, that was a kill shot right there, man, because the thing here is he got shot, and the suspect was down. He didn't move. He wasn't moving at all. And then that's where I didn't continue to see. I just stopped watching. I don't know if he responded after when they went to arrest him, but it looked like he was dead, man. I mean, he was just stiff, done, you know. What do I take from this? And like I said, I use my platform for things like this, and we can learn, you know, life is a learning experience. You know, we see cases and situations. Life is a learning experience. That's what I take it. You know, everything I see around me in my environment, you know, my surroundings, news like this, global news, global events, and occurrences that happen around the world and with people, when people do things. This is what I take from this, man, is don't let, and I said this in my last video when it came to a similar incident like this. It was a similar incident. Don't let your emotions take you beyond limits. We have to control our emotions, whatever we're going through. This man was probably going through something in his life, you know, and it looked like he wanted to get shot. You know, there are probably going to be people coming out and defending the man and or defending the police. I stand in the middle. I just take it like this, that, you know, don't let your emotions, whatever you may be going through, take you to the extremes in any situation, you know? That's why you have a lot of road rage cases, man. That's why you have people chase down people, you know, in a road rage incident and shoot somebody to death when they didn't really want to. They were having a nice day, you know, maybe they just snapped, you know, because something happened in the streets. And then that person, the shooter, goes to jail or prison and gets sentenced to 20 freaking years or what have you. And then there's a dead person also, a person who died and passed away, a family man, family woman, what have you. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. And this all happens in the blink of a moment, you know? And with this man, unfortunately, it seemed like he brought this onto himself where, you know, I repeat, you go watch the video. Matter of fact, I don't even know if they're going to take this video down on that website, because when I posted the other video that I'm talking about where a similar incident happened, the video was taken down shortly after. Not my video on YouTube. No, in the link of the web page of the website, what have you, sometime later, it said that the video was taken down from that website. So, you know, I'm going to leave the link in the description. Hopefully they don't take it down from that website, not my channel. Okay, so if you see the video, that's the thing. If you go back and see the video, link in the description again, you can check it out, you know. It looks like this man wanted them to shoot at him, wanted the cops to take his life. I think that's what he was kind of going for here. So it's a sad situation. Rest in peace to the man once again. I think his name was Ponce, if I'm not mistaken. It says like there in the video. I didn't read the whole article. I just saw the video, and you know, I don't really need read too much, you know. I mean, I just saw the video and read a little bit from that article, and I just thought, wow, that's a horrible situation. Who knows if this kid had family? Who knows if if this man had a family, kids, a wife? Maybe he was having trouble in his personal life. Apparently, he didn't speak English. Who knows if he was an illegal immigrant? You know, maybe there are so many things that one doesn't know, that we don't know. But I don't think, you know, things could get so bad to where you would do something like this, you know? So this is what I take from it. Appreciate life every day, even though you're going through the worst. You know, don't let your emotions take over and make you do things that you will regret or that I will regret. You know, that's what I take from this and this case. Now, I reiterate, I know there's a lot of people that, you know, and there's a lot of horrible, disgusting cases where police do unimaginable things and they act like killers, okay? We got to be factual there. We got to be straight up. You know, there are cases where police officers give unnecessary, horrible, you know, enforce their power too much, and they kill people unjustly. There are lots of cases like that. I don't know if this would be categorized as a case like that, but it doesn't really seem like that, okay? It seemed like this man was just, he wanted to get shot, and it's just horrible. It's just horrible. Condolences to this man's family. It's just a horrible thing. And, you know, I just want to share this and share that, you know, what I learned from it. Don't let horrible things that you may be going through in life, you know, don't let horrible things, you know, trials and tribulations or what have you that we go through in life, don't let the emotions, you know, make you go to the extreme. Yeah, you know, fight in life. That's what Renee Boxyoung represents. That's what I represent. I use the sport of boxing. You know, I love it, and I use it to apply my life. To fight in life. Fight back, but not in the negative way where we can get destroyed. No, fight back. Fight those emotions back. You know, fight the depression back. Fight the, you know, the I can't do it back. Fight back and get up, you know, and be better in life, you know. And yeah, just rest in peace, this man. And we'll see how the developments, if there are any more developments, you know. But it is what it is, man. Renee Boxyoung, thanks so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, tuning into the lives, commenting in the comment sections of the videos. What do you think about this? You know, go ahead and comment. I want to hear your opinions. You know, it's just a sad situation, but what do you take from this? You know, like I said, I'm neutral in this. I just try to take what I can out of everything around me, and I grow in all things in my life, you know. And unfortunately, this man's life was taken away. It's a sad situation, man. Thank you so much, man. Condolences once again to the family and to this man. Rest in peace. Peace out, fam.